Welcome Simmers! In this tutorial, we'll groove our way into the exciting world of the dancer job in The Sims Online. Get ready to master the moves and turn your sim into the ultimate dance sensation. Let's hit the virtual dance floor together. Please give the video a like to help other people find it, and subscribe for more FreeSO content. The round is divided into 5 solvable performances. Each minute, the NPCs have 3 fresh dance moves. The dancer's job is to spot the 3 moves and perform them. Experienced dancers can quickly filter out the red herrings, but they are confusing at first. Let's take a look at some impossible moves only the NPCs can perform. This one's kind of a ground kick. We got a push that lawnmower away, some little shake and pump, and then raise the roof. There's other dances that the NPCs are always performing as well, and we can think of these as default moves. Unlike the impossible moves, we actually can perform these. They are side bop, bus driver, and punch out. I like to start the minute with these 3 dances to give me time to find the NPC favorite moves. Sometimes these are favorite dances, and trying them early on will save some frustration looking for a move. How to confirm you found all 3 dances. I want to slow down this square red outline. This confirms you got one of the dances correct. Now, in this scenario, I'm going to perform the zombie, the step turn, and the rumba. As we do each dance, we got a red square. And now I'm doing the rumba, the 3rd dance, and we're going to get this triple red square outline, which confirms we got all 3 dances correct for the minute. A note to colorblind players, this information doesn't really matter. If you do the dances, you'll get it. Work in random dances between the solution. Instead of repeating the 3 favorite dances for the whole minute, work in the default dances, side bop, bus driver, and punch out between the solution sequence. To keep it fresh, I also like to include random dances not part of the solution. Sometimes the NPCs will copy those random dances in the next minute section, but this could be a coincidence. Some of our player moves look similar to each other. First, let's take a look at the side bop and boogie. They both have the sim kind of bopping from side to side. The big difference is how the hands are placed, with the boogie sort of going crossed back and forth. Next, let's check out the step turn and hula turn. Here, the easiest way to spot the difference for me is the hula turn has the second arm up underneath the elbow, while the step turn has the second arm down on the hip. Step turn has a second variation, and it looks a bit like the shuffle turn. For that second variation of step turn, both hands are down at the hips, and it's about the same height as the shuffle turn fingers. Okay, so next is heel toe and heel out in. They are very subtle moves with just the feet going. The heel toe actually goes off the ground a bit. Next we've got rumba. It's another dance with 2 variations. The second variation, where both arms go up, looks a bit like shop around. And then here's that arms down version of rumba again. And the arms up version again. And one last look at Shop Around. Okay, now let's look at the robot and moonwalk. The biggest tell for moonwalk is the actual backwards walking. So it's pretty easy to spot, but if one of them is the rare move, it can be a little trickier. Last, let's take a look at boogie and scoot. Both have your hips shaking. Improving visibility. Settings to make the NPCs easier to see. Let's hop into the launcher menu and enable 3D mode. This can be toggled on and off in game if you prefer playing in 2D, but while you're at the club, I do suggest going into 3D. We go into settings, graphic options, and switch to 3D mode, or you could press F12. Now, at the highest level club, it's very dark, and the NPC's dance moves can be difficult to see. So I like to temporarily turn off the advanced lighting, and just remember to put the advanced lighting back on afterwards because it'll make the game look very flat. This last section on the screen, I'm going to have a zoomed in view of all the dances and a closer look at the dances that have two different versions. And I also just want to use this time to talk about some strategy, including teaming up with a DJ. If you're both performing well, you can get an extra pay bonus. Another thing worth noting is, at least for now, AFK spamming is pretty common in the dancer career. That's just like power clicking all the moves, even ones that aren't on the floor at all, like you're not really trying to solve, instead you just click all the moves and let the whole round queue up. It seems to pay about the same when you're alone in the club, but I have noticed when I'm competing against another DJ dancer pair, if let's say I'm doing the moves that are correct on the floor and both DJs are solving, but the opponent dancer isn't doing the moves that are on the floor, our team seems to do better. There is some RNG because any NPCs that are in the club with you can affect the payouts. And then another thing to keep in mind is if you are in a full club with other players at each station, you're going to get a higher payout than, higher payout potential than if you are at the club by yourself. Another thing I want to mention is sometimes it can be really tricky to find all three moves, so when that happens, I'll try and work in the more subtle moves such as the heel toe, the scoot, the heel out in, and the boogie, because their moves are kind of like less pronounced and they're a shorter length, so it can be difficult to spot the NPCs doing those. And then also always remember to include the side bop, bus driver, and punch out, especially if you're struggling to find the moves for that minute, because sometimes that's one of the moves and the NPCs seem to love them. At the end of this video, I'm linking to an incredible tutorial created by Reaganomics Lamborghini on the DJ career at the nightclub. Definitely worth the watch. And I love The Sims. I love making videos about them. Please subscribe for more. Thanks for watching.